Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, Sunday morning. Let's get into our study group for warriors. You light up some incense here and get the mood going. Hope you guys are going to have a good day. Stay on your program. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is how we get down every single Sunday. Let's get into our study group for warriors, my hardcore heads. Let's go through some notes. Women showing their ass or tits in tight revealing stripper clothes are shameful to themselves and to God. Let's go to the next one. Why is the ghetto such a shithole? Is Compton, for many of you who don't know what Compton is, it's a bad neighborhood in Los Angeles. Is Compton a shithole because of Beverly Hills? If you go down to Compton and ask people, why does this place suck so bad? Why do you have garbage everywhere? Why is everything run down? Why do you guys kill each other? Why does this place suck so fucking bad? Just look at it. They're all gonna point the finger. They're gonna start pointing the finger over towards the good side of town. Point the finger at the cops, point the finger at the government, point the finger at everybody else but themselves. Is Compton a shithole because of Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills makes Compton a shithole? People in Beverly Hills don't even know where Compton is. They've never been there. They wouldn't even be able to point it out on a map. I don't know. Clean up your fucking yard. What the hell's wrong with some of you people, man? Clean up your fucking yards. Let's go to the next one. Have you guys heard of this Chosen One philosophy on YouTube? There's lots of videos and they all talk about the chosen one, and it's content put out by incels, people who are particularly angry at women, who hate women. That's what incels are. Incels hate women. And they want to create a cult and keep you single. So when you follow this incel content, it's designed to keep you weak and single and to keep you an incel. So stay away from that rabbit hole. If you're single and lonely and struggling, you can find help. This Chosen One philosophy is absolutely a manipulation. It's a lie. And some of you young men are foolish enough or broken enough to fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap. You're not a chosen one. You're just lonely. Let's move to the next one. What's up with nicknames? I had somebody on here troll me because they thought my name was a nickname. My name's not a nickname. I wouldn't want Sky as a nickname. What kind of nickname is that? That's like a nickname for a stripper. No, I got my name. That's a real name. I've never had a nickname. Never once in my life, ever. That's my real name. My parents were stupid communist hippies, liberals, postmodernists. Oh, yes, they were. We lived in a school bus like the Partridge Family, the whole thing. I had long hair all the way down my back, and I swore to God I'll never cut it. I'm going to be a long-haired hippie for the rest of my life. No, nicknames are dumb as fuck. I've never had a nickname. I don't understand nicknames. Why can't you just use your real name? What's wrong with your real name? You embarrassed about your real name? You need another identity? Now, I understand nicknames when you're with your bros and you're a teenager and you're 15. And maybe there's 3 different guys in your crew named Tony, so you got to come up with different nicknames. Which Tony? Stinky Tony, Tall Tony, Tiny Tony. Which Tony? But if you're over 36, time to drop the nickname. Bikers have nicknames. I've been a biker for a long time. I own a custom motorcycle shop and have for more than 20 years. I own my shop in Los Angeles and in Daytona Beach for many, many years. And bikers have nicknames, and I don't use your nickname. I don't call you by your nickname. Some of these guys get annoyed by that, and they have some silly nickname. They'll even get their nickname tattooed on them. I'm not using your nickname. I'm calling you by your regular name because I think nicknames are silly. Particularly when I meet some fucking 50-year-old man, some guy my age, and he's like, I'm Tumbleweed. Yeah, whatever. Your name is probably Bob or Jim or something like that, and that's all I'm gonna call you. I'm not calling you Tumbleweed. So get rid of your nickname. The reason why I'm so anti-nickname is because I think it brings you down. I think it lowers your status. It makes you a loser. I do. Be a man. Grow up. Let's go to the next one. Let's talk about some social media rules. Don't follow people you don't know in real life. Don't have followers. You don't need fans. Nobody needs fans. And don't follow people that you don't know. If you're not actually talking to them and communicating with them and friends with them, even if it's online, you don't have to know them in person, but if you're not communicating with them in any way, have nothing to do with them. Now, this isn't the same for YouTube, because I follow lots of people on YouTube that I don't interact with at all. But on Facebook or Instagram or one of these types of pages, social media things, to me, those are about your friend network, your social network, maybe your business network, but it's about networking. And networking is communication. If you're not communicating with them, get rid of them. Another rule is stop trolling and stop allowing people to troll you. I think that the last part of that is more important than the first part. Stop trolling is obviously important and curb your own behavior, but I think a lot of people, maybe it's just on this channel at least, we don't really troll, do we? But we may get trolled. Don't allow anyone to troll you. You don't have to tolerate it. Have self-respect. Have boundaries. Be a man. Don't allow anybody to disrespect you in person. If you even just get a whiff, just a little scent, like a hunting dog gets a scent, if you just get a little vibe of disrespect in a conversation from anyone, anywhere, you shut that down immediately, on the spot. But especially online. And finally, internet, social media rule, stop looking at all these chicks in bikinis and these hotties and thoughts and fake profiles, and even some of them are real. Even if a chick's real and she's got pictures of herself in bikinis, I won't be friends with her. I'm not interested in being friends with whores. I would never want my wife, my daughter, my girlfriend, or any woman in my life to have pictures of herself revealing her body in a thong or showing camel toe or nipples to anyone. Ever, at all, anyone. That's unacceptable. But I'm a traditionalist. I'm very traditional. I've got a couple more pages. Let's keep going. Here's a rule that I follow. You can follow it if you like. I know a lot of you bikers won't follow this, but this is my rule. No bars ever. I don't go to bars. No strip clubs ever. I don't go to strip clubs. No nightclubs ever. I don't go to nightclubs. No drinking or drug parties ever. I don't go to parties where there's drinking or drugs involved at all, ever. But you live your life how you want. You ever heard the saying, he's got a good heart? Oh, John's got a good heart. He means well, he's got a good heart. That guy has a really good heart. I mean, that's a nice thing to say about somebody, and it's a nice thing to think about yourself if you think you have a good heart, but it means nothing. It's meaningless unless you're actually putting in work. So your intentions mean nothing. You could be a lazy piece of shit who lies, cheats, and steals, but maybe you have a good heart. It's meaningless. You don't have a good heart. If you're not actually putting in work, you need proof in the pudding. You need to actually be showing some resume. Prove it. You have a good heart, prove it. Be capable. Be strong. Be caring. Be kind. Be real. Be truthful. Be something to someone. That's what having a good heart means. Be loyal. Be there when you say you're going to be there. Let's move on to the next one. I've talked about this before many times. Got to reiterate it to myself and to you guys possibly, but I tell myself these things. Get rid of the losers in your life. I have a way, like a pile of shit, of attracting flies. I'm sick of being surrounded by losers, by go-nowhere, do-nothings, negative nillies. People who aren't trying. They're not moving forward. They're the same person that they've always been, and they're proud of that. And they're annoyed, tolerant at best of my forward growth. Hardly supportive. My forward growth just shows them their weakness, and that's what annoys them, I guess. No, I'd rather be alone and lonely. I mean, those are two different things, and we should do a video making the distinction. Some people don't think there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. You can be lonely in a crowd of people. You can be lonely in a city of 20 million people. No, I'd rather be alone and lonely than with a group of people or an individual who brings me down. Let's go to the next one. Go off the grid daily. Give yourself an hour a day, every single day if you can, maybe more if you can, of going off the grid. This is definitely a message to myself because I spend a lot of time behind screens. Way too much time, especially as I've gotten older. It wasn't always the case. I wasn't always this way. This has happened to me within the last 5 years. I am online, feels like from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm always in front of computer screens. And I do manual labor. I'm in a fucking motorcycle shop, and I'm still always in front of these damn screens. Whether it be my phone, my tablet, my computer, my laptop, my TV. All my TVs are smart TVs. Go off the grid. We got any time? We'll do another one. Maybe we can end with this one. Philosophize on this. This was hard for me. Can you remember a time before you started to doubt yourself? Can you remember the before time? You know what the before time is? The before time is before the world fucked you over. Before people got to you and fucked you over, before your parents started beating you, before society started beating you, before the cops, before the judges, before your friends backstabbed you, before the wife turned on you, before all women turned on you, before all of it. The before time, when everything was still cool, when you were the real, raw, true version of yourself that you were born to be, that God wanted you to be. Can you remember who that is, when that was? I don't know if I can. It's so hard for me to remember. Was there a version of me before all the trauma, before all the fucked up shit? Who was that person? It's all food for thought. Have a good Sunday.